All right, so I'm going to go over a few of these solving equations examples for inverse variation, which we see when we have fractions with variables in them. There's no square roots on this video. If you would like to follow along, this worksheet will be posted. A link to it will be in the same document where you found the link to this video, the Unit 6 Extra Help document that's posted in Google Classroom. All right, so let's get started with number 1. Right now we have a fraction and it has 4 added to it. So I need to isolate that fraction before I can get the x kind of out of it. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. 4 minus 8 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So those cancel. Now, I can think of this 4 as a 4 over 1, and I would like to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply. First, I want parentheses around my 2-term binomial so that I remember to distribute. So 4 times x minus 3 equals 5 times 1, which is just 5. I'll distribute my 4 and get 4x minus 12 equals 5. If you don't understand any of that, please feel free to back up or bring your questions into our review days on Wednesday and Thursday. So we have now 4x, and we need to isolate that before we can get rid of that 4. So let's add 12 to both sides. Now we have 4x equals 5 plus 12, that's 17. And divide by 4, we have x equals 17 fourths. Now I know 17 is prime, so this is fully simplified. Don't be afraid of fractional answers or decimal answers, but if you want to simplify your fraction in the calculator, you can always enter the fraction and then press math and then hit enter and then hit enter again. And that will always give you the most simplified fractions. In the TI. All right, now let's look at number 2. Now we have, again, a fraction that's not by itself, so I need to get it by itself. I will get rid of this 25 by subtracting 25. That's the opposite of addition. 100 minus 25 is 75. That's equal to 150 over x. And I want to cross multiply, so I'll think about that 75 as a 75 over 1. And I'll do 75 times x equals 150 times 1, which is just 150. Now, x equals, I want to divide both sides by 75. So x equals 2. 150 divided by 75 is 2. Now, this is just a reminder that it's always good practice to plug your answers back in and double check that they make the statement true. And that is because we need to check for extraneous answer. For the purpose of time, I'm not going to do that in this segment, but I just want to remind you that on your quizzes and tests, you should be plugging your answers in and checking if they're extraneous. But right here, I just want us to focus on this skill of just solving for x. So always check if your answers are real or extraneous. But in this case, we're just going to focus on just solving. So for number 3, we're going to cross multiply again. I always cross multiply when I have a fraction equal to a fraction. And when I have binomials, I want parentheses around them. So I'm going to throw some parentheses on there. I'll get 4 times x plus 9 from the green and 6 times x minus 2 from the yellow. I'll distribute each You can check the multiplication with your calculator. Let me know if you disagree, if I've messed something up. Now we'll move the 4x over. We get 36 equals 2x minus 12. And we'll move the 12 over to get 48 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and I find that x equals 24. Number 4, last one. Again, I have a fraction equal to a fraction, so I'm going to cross multiply. And once again, I'm going to put parentheses around my binomials. So in the blue, we have 12 times z plus 3. And in the pink, we have 9 times z minus 3. 12 times z is 12z. 12 times 3 is 36. 9 times z is 9z. 9 times 3 is 27. Let's move our 9z over. We get 3z plus 36 equals negative 27. Subtract 36. We get negative 27 minus 36 is negative 63. Negative 63 divided by 3 is negative 21. So there are your answers.